Hello again. This is the third part, and we are investigating and seeing what the atheists and those agnostics and Muslims they claim of Bible contradiction, and we are going to see today. Previously, I showed you that when we study the Bible, we have to go and search for here a little and there a little. Something in Genesis, something in Exodus, something in Isaiah, something in the book of Revelation. And you put together and you learn like that jigsaw puzzle. This is not contradictory in everything to this one and this, but they are, look, the color and the shape and everything, but we put them together and we have the whole picture, which is sound and logical. And the Bible is the same thing as I read it before, so the same thing is happening. Now let's see how this man is saying. Let's go to listen.
Terry spoke to Bart Ehrman last year.
Bart Ehrman, welcome back to Fresh Air. In your book, Jesus Interrupted, you compare the Gospels and discrepancies from one Gospel to another in everything from factoids to what Jesus said before he died. Why is it important to consider these discrepancies?
I think it's important to know that each of these authors of the New Testament had a different message.
Listen, each author, according to this man, each author has different message. It is own, they authored it.
Different message. What people tend to do is elide the various teachings of, say, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, so that if Matthew portrays Jesus in one way and Mark portrays him in a different way, what people do is they conflate the two accounts so that
So you cannot put together and learn. Why? You cannot put together and learn from the Bible according to this man, the great man, this professor. Okay, this Bible scholar. Listen.
So that Jesus says and does everything that he says in Matthew and in Mark. But when you do that, you, in fact, rob each of these authors of their own integrity as an author.
You see, you rob the integrity of the... You plagiarized from one author to another and you mess it up. This is how his understanding is. He has nothing. He doesn't have about any clue about the Bible. He just studied some kind of language and he became famous and he rumble and write all this kind of wrong assumptions, and people like it. This is nothing. This is the agent of the devil, the emissary of the devil. He knows nothing. So how do we understand the Bible? Okay, and now let's go back to this guy.
Jesus, and they returned to tell others. This is recorded in the book of Matthew 28 verses 8, and it says, "The women hurried away from the tomb, afraid yet filled with joy, and ran to tell his disciples." Now, this is also corroborated in the book of Luke 24 verse 9 that goes, "When they came back from the tomb, they told all these things to the 11 and all the others." But Mark's account has a different outcome. It says, "Trembling and bewildered, the women went out and fled from the tomb. They said nothing to anyone because they were afraid." And that's found in Mark 16 verses 8. That's actually how the original version of the Gospel of Mark ended that verse, but later on an addition was made that extends the verse, and it made the verse fall more in line with the accounts of Matthew and Luke.
So how come it ended that way and then he added another? You see his logic even? You say something and then you explain about that, and then that ended this way, and then but he explained it further. This is a delusion. This is willful delusion. So what's the problem? Why is in the Bible, in this account, I extensively studied it. Why is it like there are two angels, there are two, three women. There are one woman. There is one woman. There was one woman, and one angel, two angel, one woman, two women, three women. Why is this? Why? Why at different part? The reason was the people. I found the reason. Why? Because the people do not believe them. Do not believe them. She went and told them that that had seen with him, been with him, and they mourned and wept. And they, when they had heard that he was alive and had been seen of her, believed not. They believed him not. They did not believe. They did not believe. And then two women or three women had to go back. Okay, let's see. Show us. Show us. Show me. Show me. I want to see it. That's what this different account has. Because they did not believe what the woman told them. She told them, they did not believe. That's Mark. Now, and it was Mary Magdalene and Joanna and Mary the mother of James and the other women that were with them, and which told these things unto the apostles, the disciples. And their words seemed to them as idle tales, and they believed them not. Luke 24. And then you can go to another part. They don't believe them. Then you have to go together. Show us. Show us. Let us see. This is how you understand the Bible. Then Mary Magdalene, she kept, like, remember, for example, I read it here. They don't believe. They didn't believe. Yet Mary, what she did do? Now, when Jesus was risen early the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene. Out of him he had cast 7 devils. Why? Because she insisted. She go back by herself, and then she, after she told them, they don't listen, and she has to go back by herself. That's what he appeared to her. And then you can read the whole thing. So you have to get, each account and put it together to learn about the Bible. So the reason is, even in the mouths, in the book of Luke, the two, they were walking and they didn't believe when Jesus himself told them in the when they walk to the Emmaus, they didn't believe him. They didn't believe. They just left. Because of this reason, the women have to go back, one or two together. First one, and then the other time two, and then they have to go together with the other women in order to show them. Because and then different account happens. And we put together that way, and we learn from the Word of God. But these people, they say, no, don't rob off Matthew's, authorship. Don't, plagiarize from this and that. This is not how you understand the Bible. When you learn from the Word of God, you have to investigate, you have to work hard, and you have to put together. You have to go from... That's what the Apostle Paul said. We compare spiritual things to spiritual things. How do you compare? Because it is here a little, there a little, and you put together like the jigsaw puzzle and you solve the problem. There is no contradiction in any way. If we go and investigate all these verses together, we will come to a point, a total agreement that there is no contradiction at all. Thank you for watching. May the Lord richly bless you. Have a wonderful day.